Do you want to start off real quickly?
Yes, sir. So again, Mr. President.
Proper protection, but I respect the governor's decision to get that protection. The National Guard did a fantastic job. Mark Meadows is here. We called up the National Guard. We sent it out, and they did a fantastic job last night. We had virtually no incident. Portland should do the same thing. These are all Democrat-run cities that should do this, as they did really in Wisconsin. So it went very, very smooth. We had a relatively small force. We can be much larger if necessary. We'll move a very large force there, but we didn't need too much, and it worked out very well in Wisconsin. And all I ask is that these cities that are having difficulty, if they call us, if they request that we send the National Guard, they will be there instantaneously, and we will put out the fire, we will put out the flame, we will put out the vandalism, because the vandalism and the looting is ridiculous to allow this to happen. I don't know how they can possibly do it and why they do it. I don't understand, because all they have to do is call. They can call me, they can call Mike, they can call any one of us. We'll have the National Guard there, and we will stop the violence very quickly. Chad, I think you might want to say something about that.
Absolutely, Mr. President. I think what we've seen across the country, particularly in Portland and other cities, is when the capacity outstrips what the state and local law enforcement can do, they need to pick up the phone and they need to request help. In those cities that do that, we see the violence curbed and reduced almost immediately. So I would encourage other other cities that are targets and that are experiencing this violence, particularly Portland. The governor needs to send in the National Guard, needs to step up and ask for help if they need it. It's over 3 months of violent activity in Portland, and it needs to come to an end.
We could solve that problem so easily and so quickly, and it seems such a shame that for political reasons, I don't know, it can't be good for them politically, but these, let's call them Democrat governors, or frankly will respond to a mayor also if they need help. But Portland's a great example. It's been going on for 90 days, and we could put it out in 1 hour. All they have to do is ask us to come, and we will be there with the National Guard. We actually sent Homeland Security officers in to protect the courthouse because they were unable to protect the courthouse. And as soon as they got there, the courthouse was protected. But we'd like to go a big step further than that, and we could fix the problem very quickly. But they have to call us, and we have to respond to their call. That's the way it works.
And your reaction, sir, to the NBA protest yesterday against another shooting of a black man by police?
I don't know much about the NBA protest. I know their ratings have been very bad because I think people are a little tired of the NBA, frankly. But I don't know too much about the protest. But I know their ratings have been very bad, and that's unfortunate. They become like a political organization, and that's not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing for sports or for the country.
Mr. President, you have a large storm. You have the fallout from these police shootings. Is tonight an appropriate time to have a political celebration?
Very appropriate. The country's doing very well economically. We're on a V. It could even be a super V. We set a record last quarter on jobs. The job numbers were, as you know, over 9 million jobs. That's a record in the history of our country. I think we're going to have a GDP that's going to be mind-boggling. Now that'll be announced, interestingly, just before the election, so that'll be very interesting. But the Fed, as you know, I guess it was the Atlanta Fed announced that they projected a 26% GDP. There's never been any such thing anywhere in the world as a 26% GDP. So we're doing very well. We're coming back, and that's despite the fact that great places like North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan are shut down unnecessarily at this point. It's crazy what they're doing, but they're doing it, I think, for political reasons, because they'd like the number to be as low as possible. And actually, I think they're making a tremendous mistake. And you have to remember, the shutdown, what we did initially was a very, very important thing. Otherwise, you'd have millions of people dead. You would have millions of people. And then we learned, and we watched closely, and now we have vaccines coming very soon. We have therapeutics. It's been incredible what's taken place. But I have to say, they should open up their states. Let them open safely and carefully. Open up their schools. Let them play football. It's got to open up. And we had a great number of doctors, as you know, in the office yesterday. The the world's leading experts on this, and there's great danger to shutdowns. And that's in the form of suicides, in the form of alcoholism and drug use, and so many other things are caused. It's a bigger problem. So whether it's North Carolina, Pennsylvania, or Michigan, or others, they should open up, and we have to get on with it. We have to get on with it. It's very sad. It's very dangerous what they're